What's up, Weevids? What's up, Josh Wilkin?
What's up, guys? Sup. Um,
Did you bet this game besides
yeah,
just like props and stuff?
yeah.
Okay,
I bet it last week. I put the +3 down on the Rams, and I thought I had a great number, and I wouldn't have betted a 2, or bet it wouldn't have bet it 1, and it came back to 3, and I felt less like I had a great number, obviously. Telling you that, missing Jalen Ramsey is not great. 26 points scored. We got a push in the first half money line there. I don't really know what to do with this game. It feels like both teams are overrated, and it feels like both teams are luck boxing some stuff. I don't really see a clear and obvious edge towards one of these or the other, but I still, in my gut, have a fade in mind for the Arizona Cardinals because there's too many things in the luck category that they just continue to get right. Kyler Murray fumbled tonight. That is the league leading 22nd fumble by the Arizona Cardinals offense. Do you want to guess the fumble recovery rate of the Arizona Cardinals offense?
How many did you say? 27?
22nd.
22nd. They recovered like 18, I'm guessing, because it's going to be high.
It is over 90% fumbles recovered by their offense, and they are leading the league. That is unsustainable luck that eventually will come to an end. They are also converting third downs at a rate that is super unsustainable.
The thing is, it's not one season is not a big enough sample to just, like that kind of fumble luck. Go look at it happened the other way for the Bears. And to be fair, the Bears in 2018 were punching a lot of balls up, but felt like every ball that hit the turf, that defense recovered. Like,
it's true.
I mean, sometimes it just goes for a whole damn season of this. And I mean, you need a little luck to win in this league, to win it all in this league. You need injuries to hash out your way. You need Colt McCoy to go 2-1 as a starter. Or your starters out. You need some things happen like this to make it. And yeah, the Cardinals are not playing all that well. And really, the interception at the goal line stunk if you're a Cardinals backer. But really what I'm seeing is they're unable to stop anything that's happening in the passing game for big chunks of this first half. Like OBJ still, I mean, when he's happy, he's still got it. And, Cooper Kupp is just, God level at this point, as far as just getting constant catches. You can target him 15 times. It doesn't matter. Like that's always going to be the game plan. The Cardinals actually outgaining the Rams, but obviously they had
one extra drive, right?
Yeah. One really long drive that, didn't amount to a bupkis. So that is why we have a tied score, despite them having about 50 more yards. It's not a big disparity, but enough for the first half. 4 more first downs than the Rams. So the offenses are both humming. They both got stopped. This last one was a time stopped them. If there'd been more time, obviously they'd have played a little differently too. But it feels like these offenses are clicking. They just need to finish some of these drives. And the Rams. What do you think of this Rams pass rush?
I mean, Aaron Donald is playing like he's the best player in football. He had that fourth down stop at the goal line.
He was going too fast.
He was going too fast. He penetrated too effectively, and he ran past him.
Space movie.
It was funny,
trying to grab the satellite.
Connor had to adjust inside to miss the direct contact, and then bounced outside and got the touchdown. That was a very weird play. By the way, James Conner apparently is got the best combination of LaDainian Tomlinson and Priest Holmes. Like the guy can't be stopped.
Throw a little Sean Alexander. He has a nose for the goal line as well.
Yeah, I mean it's really something because they picked him up for a bag of peanuts off the free agency, I believe, right? He was signed as a free agent.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh let him go, and was he somewhere in between Pittsburgh and here? I don't even remember. These running backs move around a lot. It's just where we're at in the cycle of how football works. Running backs are very expendable. They get thrown all over the place. But yeah, he's 5 receptions for 49 yards. He's run 7 times for only 9. I mean, his rushing has been a little less than spectacular, but one of them was into the end zone. Those matter.
Sweating the Hawks. I can't believe they blew this 19-point lead. They may lose this game. David Nwaba, the only guy that is interested in playing, and he's on the Rockets right now. Unbelievable. All right. Well, I still, the made field goals were a little fluky in this one. You had 2 53-yarders from Matt Prater and 1 55-yarder from Gay. Let's see, what was the second Gay field goal was a 55-yarder. Yeah, so you've had 3 50+ yard field goals already. This game would feel a lot different if it was 10-7 instead of 13-13, I guess.
I don't have a pregame positions. I said I kind of like the Cardinals. I was surprised I guess I was surprised and not surprised. You weren't going to cross like 3 just based on a corner, despite it being kind of a bit of a cluster injury now. A tight end is worth bupkis. I mean, we've even seen that with good tight ends that have missed games. So it wasn't going to move a lot, but I guess a little bit of Cardinals steam late. Was there much action on this total? They didn't pay attention to that towards the end. So I was trying to keep up on everybody in the league who has COVID, which is apparently a good chunk of people right now. I tend to lean towards this under. We got Thursday right. We got Sunday wrong. This is our rubber match. We kind of need one here, Drew. I know you're anchored a little by your pregame position.
Well, I think I would go either the Rams or the over here, and I think in general I like the Rams side just because if they can score, then you're putting the Cardinals on their heels a little bit. Cardinals don't in comeback mode aren't as scary, really, and realistically, I mean, but yeah, God, I mean. We've only had 2 drives really stall out this whole game. There's only been 4 penalties called so far. There's only been 2 punts. I mean, this has been a pretty wide open game that should have more points than it does, even though it feels lucky that we're here with the 50-yard field goals.
I'll let you choose.
How about the fact that the kickers are making 50-yarders? Does that take away a little bit of the go for it mentality?
I mean, McVay's that way anyway. On that penalty that Cliff declined, it was like, well, you should have accepted that penalty and pushed him out of field goal range and made him try that 3rd and 11. But otherwise, a lot of teams would have just gone for that 3rd and short in that dead zone instead of trying a low probability field goal. Which hindsight, you don't have hindsight when you're making the decision. He made the field goal, so it turned out okay, but you probably should go for that spot. And I think Cliff just knew, like, McVay isn't going for this. I don't give a shit. You can have your 4th down, and if you want to try to kick a long field goal, we will let you. I don't know. The yardage total is pretty right on par with what we had. Long field goals made up for an end zone pick. This total feels pretty much right to me. What would be the Rams team total? If you want to back the Rams, so you're talking like 13.5, maybe like a 10.5 juicy.
Let's do that.
Rams team total over?
Yeah, I like that. That's a fun, because we know they're going to get 1 extra possession. The Cardinals defense really isn't scaring me that much. The big plays are there. Stafford is avoiding the pressure well. Has Stafford been sacked in this game?
I don't believe so. I think, and then Sonny Michel actually looks kind of good too.
He does look kind of good. Yeah. He has not. So Kyler Murray has been sacked twice for 17 yards lost. Stafford has his jersey looks dirty because it's this awful Rams like dirty laundry color, but generally he's clean today. He hasn't been on the turf.
10.5 minus 155. Suck it. Get out of here with that shit. We're gonna look elsewhere.
Team total over 12.
Dave Mason, get the shit out of here with this.
I'll do 12. I like 12.
12 is I'm not paying juice on 10.5.
2 touchdowns or 1 touchdown and 2 50-yard field goals.
A touchdown, a 2-point conversion, a field goal, and a safety.
Yeah, we could get an Aaron Donald moment where he drags Kyler Murray down in the end zone. Yeah.
All right, so that would put that. What do the Rams have now? So I can get over 12 minus 15.
The Rams have 13 points now, so they need
Rams
to finish
team
with 26 points.
Over 25 total. Over 12. Over 13 second. Over 12 second half. Got it, dog.
Okay, I think that's right. I think that's the right look. That's the right angle of attack here. Obviously, I've had more. Oh Jesus Christ! Houston's gonna fucking win. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. The Atlanta Hawks are going to give up about a 40-point fourth quarter here to the Houston Rockets, and their previous 19-point lead is now they're down to.
What did you lay here? Like, how much do they have to cover by?
Oh, that's dead. This is now my
what
my
about
night
overtime?
is now my night is now decided.
What about a big win in overtime? What were they pregame?
10-point favorites.
Oh, that can happen. That shit happens.
That happens, but it's
All
rare.
right,
I mean, they're going to lose. They're playing. They're
Hawks
literally
by 11.
staring and like, how could this? They don't know what's happening. DJ Augustine, by the way, turned into the best player in the NBA, and coming off the bench, he is 6 for 7 from 3.
Did you watch the Chargers game the other day?
I did. Against
how did the Chargers get those jerseys so right, and the Rams got these so wrong? Because they're not that different. I mean, they're not good.
Yeah,
they're not good at all.
I mean, they hired the same. They were on exactly parallel tracks too. They both hired firms to do the redesigns at the same time for the same reveal. And the Chargers jerseys are amazing, and the Rams are absolute disaster.
And I feel like I should apologize to anyone who rode along on the Chicago State under today.
I bet NIU and Alan Boston tweeted about it when he was at the gym.
Some people did. I feel bad. Alan's nice, but like, yeah.
He's got a good college basketball handicap.
He actually does, but yeah. Sorry about that. When the live betting went off the board at about the 2, I think it's just like the 2.5 minute mark is when it goes off the board. Some places it was at 105.5, and that game ended with 129 because teams. And again, I had one this weekend. I absolutely had a game this weekend that needed some fouling shenanigan to push it over the total. It's a given. Like, you're gonna get these, you're gonna lose these. It's a long season. I would have bet 500 games. I might bet 11 games tomorrow, guys.
Ooh boy,
just saying it.
I'll go along for the ride.
It might get weird tomorrow.
I'll go along for the ride. I like it. In general, this is a wild time of year, and the COVID stuff is making it even more insane.
God.
I'm dying for overtime, so we could talk a little bit about Week 15 because I have kind of expanded thoughts on a couple of these games. And one play that I added that I'm super fired up about that I want your take on that involves the Chargers. Are we overtiming yet?
Not quite.
We're still the Rockets Hawks is not.
Rockets are up by like 5.
The Rockets are going to win this one outright. Just an absolute disaster, disaster class of a fourth quarter here by the Atlanta Hawks.
And the Sixers continue to be the nut low as far as ruling players out late.
Oh my goodness. They waved the white flag there. The Hornets have even less of a impressive effort tonight than the Sixers so far. Going up against the Luka-less Mavericks. And has that mattered? No. Mavericks have managed to score 70 points in the first half of this one, largely on the back of Kristaps Porzingis, who is unstoppable on the offensive side here. The Hornets need a center. The Hornets should be they should be trying to get one of these big men off of the Pacers.
Overtime.
Turner would be a good fit for them. They probably wouldn't have to give up too much. But this situation where you're given meaningful minutes to some of these guys who have absolutely no business on the floor playing center has to stop. The big man situation in Charlotte is not great.
This guy says Connor won him the game tonight.
Oh, nice.
Won me my game tonight. You think
football.
He means fantasy?
Yes.
But it's nut cutting week, isn't it? It is like to make the playoffs week.
Today's the week, yeah.
If anybody in the chat has like a need in the second half, you type it out. I probably won't read it because it's fantasy and I don't care. But I will send good vibes towards that happening. And hopefully
I am in first place in our fantasy league. Only thing going well for me in NFL this year is our fantasy league.
How much I care about. I knew I had Dalvin Cook in one of my leagues.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 10 minutes before the game. I was doing something else, and I just said, fuck it. Like, I knew he was on the bench from last week, and I said, whatever. And I still won that game. I still won that matchup because I ended up before Sunday. I'm like, all right, I should pick. I didn't have a kicker. I didn't have a defense. They were all on bye. So I went and added the Falcons defense that scored a touchdown, and
Yeah.
it turned out all right. So even in my ineptitude, I ended up. I think I made the playoffs in that league. I don't know. We'll find out next week when brackets come out, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, because the fantasy football playoffs start this weekend. And you know what? We talked about last night that I still hold strong, firm opinion, holding strong. The NFL playoffs start this week too.
Yeah. How many games did we call playoff games?
So here's my current opinion. You have 2 playoff. Actually, excuse me. You have
3. I thought we said
3 playoff games. Like literally, the loser is
pack it up.
Small probability of making the playoffs that they might as well be an elimination. It is Vegas, Cleveland, Cincy, Denver, and Washington, Philly. Those are the 3 that I think qualify as playoff games. Now, in terms of elimination games, Seattle gets eliminated with a loss. New Orleans, I think, is eliminated with a loss. Atlanta, potentially eliminated with a loss. Pittsburgh, potentially eliminated with a loss. Miami, although they're huge favorites, so I don't really think that's in play. And maybe even Indianapolis. Like, I'm not sure Indy gets in if they lose this game.
You know, they were actually helped by kind of what happened this weekend.
Oh, you think ultimately their probability went up?
Yeah, they slid into a playoff spot by how everything hashed out with the Bengals losing. Like they ended up in the playoffs.
Yeah. Bengals are now 36% likely.
Yeah, the Colts were actually helped. So I bet the Patriots.
Yeah, but if the Colts lose this game and they're 7-7, I mean,
yeah, that's a tough look. So I bet the Patriots in that game, but I'm cheering for that one bet to lose because I also at the same time added a nice juicy number on Colts, to win the AFC. What was the bet you added? I'm curious to hear about this.
Isaiah Simmons get a very soft personal foul by putting his elbow into Cooper Kupp's helmet. I mean, we got to protect Cooper Kupp at all costs. So give him 15 more yards, guys.
I mean, we bet on this. So hey, guess what? Van Jefferson. Good job. Van Jefferson has been a guy. This was my one prop guy today.
He created some nice separation on that play. That was a beautifully well done. Beautifully well done. No Robert Woods, no problem.
They're having
Tyler Higbee, no problem.
Well, this is the thing. Yeah, Jalen Ramsey's out. The Rams might have trouble covering. Cardinals can't cover anyone tonight. This is funny. I found some 20-1. But yeah, a lot of places were 16, 18. 18 is about the best you can find.
There was some 20-1.
Two weeks ago, there were some 20-1s.
Oh, there was some last week. Yeah,
there was a nice.
There was some last week. That was
between that and the long one that Murray threw earlier, where there was 2 defenders down there. That was and he was running forward as he threw it. So,
yes.
God, usually when we make a halftime bet, the first touchdown is always against us.
Well, now they're going to win. Yeah, we're going to win 23-13 or something.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this. This is, I mean, we have 28 minutes to get us 5 points for the push, 6 for the win. I mean, 2 field goal drives. That feels easy enough, right?
Yeah.
I hope this game goes YOLO. And we will not talk about the percentage of times this game ends with the Rams with 26 points.
No, we will not.
That was such a kick in the day. Between that and Chicago State today,
was my math way off?
My wits end. So I tried to play it cool on Twitter and I wasn't upset about this loss.
It was just refreshing. It was a refreshing reminder that rare events do happen.
Yeah, I almost just drove to the casino this morning. Or after that basketball game today, I'm like, God, I had too much to do, but almost just drove to Diamond Joe. Like, I should make this back on the craps table, which is never a good plan.
Okay, so let's talk real quick in overtime here about Chiefs. That's part of the angle here.
That sucks.
Can you explain to me why the Chiefs, playing someone in division who has the personnel and the defensive smarts to run the 2 high safeties, and going up against a team that has an offensive line that on a good day is lopsided and without now their best player is going to be potentially porous. Can you riddle me why this total is 51?
I guess probably just an adjustment off how bad they got shit canned on the 48 last week. Like the Chiefs totals are going to go up. And tell you what,
it was the Raiders. That was
no,
Raiders
this
thing,
is
not
what
the
I'm saying.
Chiefs.
So I'm leading to
Yeah.
it. The Chiefs defense was great last week. That was kind of about as good as you're going to get out of a Chiefs defense. And the Raiders offense is fine. Like that's a good offense at times. So I'm with you there. If they're going to get pressure on our guy, Mr. Herbert, and they will, because we've seen they've had a nice pass rush and half decent coverage, and you're missing, all of a sudden you don't have a lopsided line, you just have a bad offensive line. Mm-hmm. And then at the same time, you have a defense that will be able to stymie this Chiefs. Oh God, I love this. Chrissy wants me to say the F word. Fuck. So yeah, all right. That's as soon as I saw that Rashawn Slater news, I was kind of peeking. I'm like, how do we? I was thinking like I was thinking Chargers team total under, but a full game under too. That's not bad.
I mean, the Chiefs. Okay. So right now the team totals. Do you want me to do the math for you? 27.5, 23.5. Who is less likely to make their team total? Are the Chiefs scoring 27.5? Are they going 28 points against this Chargers defense that's running cover 2 or too high?
Yeah, are they going to run a bunch of CEH? That's what works, like running the ball. They're not going to turn into a running team.
I mean, that's exactly what the Chargers are going to invite them to do.
And that is what the Chiefs like to do. They want to run the ball. They want Mahomes handing off as much as possible. Let's just take the under 51. Add that to the card. You've sold me. I kind of like the team total under. I'm gonna take a little bit of variance out of there and do the whole game under 50. Is it still 51 across the board?
50. There's some 50 and a half. There's some 50 and a halves. It's on its way down after the Slater news. Who had the market high? 51 and a half is still hanging at Pinnacle, apparently, unless they took that game off.
Oh, no, the Rams have the ball again.
Oh, bummer. Oh, they're running it back bummer. They're inside the red zone.
We got to stay on for this. Like, if they kick a field
goal. Hey, you know what, man?
What do you think of Spencer Rattler?
There are two units in the NFL that have been running pure. Like impossibly pure. And we talked about one of them off the top, which was this Cardinals offense was running too well, right? The other unit that is running too well in the NFL is who, Andy? You want to guess? It's not an offense.
Chiefs defense, baby. I just brought it up. Really like the Pats defense.
It's the Pats defense.
Yeah, I mean the Pats defense.
The Pats defense is running so good. Let me pull up some of their numbers.
This is interesting. Sign collectibles. Yeah, the Rams needed this to stay in the hunt. This is important for them, and it looks like they're going to get it.
Yeah. So on average, a fumble is recovered how often in the NFL, Andy? You got a guess for me?
I would say probably 50-50.
No, it's less than that.
What do you mean, by the defense or the offense?
How often does the defense recover a fumble?
I would say a lot of fumbles kind of just bounce, and the offensive player kind of falls on somewhat like 40% for the defense.
Yeah, it's pretty. That's pretty close. We'll say 42, 40. Yeah, so 4 out of every 10ish or so. The Pats have managed to recover fumbles at a 60% clip. Number 2 in the NFL after the Colts. The Colts have been recovering a lot of fumbles. The Pats' third down conversion allowed over expectation, top in the NFL. The Pats, number 1 red zone defense right now. Now, again, not adjusted for opponent. They've had an easy schedule. But yeah, the Cardinals stood out more as a team that was due for aggression. But Pats are right there.
Yeah, defense. I'm with it. Yeah, eventually it's got to bounce. So bounce the other way. This does happen. Jones does have moxie and poise. Poise is important though. Like, go watch. I mean, just go see if you can find like a highlight clip of Mac Jones, and then just go watch any Jets game.
You know what? There is do you remember? This is a tough one. Do you remember a couple of years ago we'll say the year before the Niners went to the Super Bowl. You remember their defense was like all-time historically impossibly low interception rate?
Yeah,
like,
they had two.
They had two picks.
Two all year. I remember talking about
two
that in the
all year.
preseason.
They faced 500 pass attempts and they managed 2 interceptions.
I think they had 2 in the first game the next year. And we made jokes about it.
Regression.
They've already reached last year's levels.
Right. There is another team that is on pace for like an absolute historic turnover statistic.
Is it fumble recoveries?
It's fumble recoveries.
The defense not recovering fumbles?
Yeah.
Is it the Jaguars or the Lions?
It is the Jaguars. Yes. Okay.
I saw something about this the other day. Like, they're just not getting turnovers.
They're just not getting turnovers. They have their fumble recovery rate is 16%. And they've only forced 6. So they have recovered 1 out of the 6 fumbles that they have forced.
Oh, look at this. Dan, what's the mascot? Why can't I think of Rhode Island?
Rams.
The Rams.
Ramathorns.
I can see it in my head.
It's a Rams night, Andy. The
Rhode Island
Rams by the Rams, by the way, on second.
Was it an interception?
Although Matt Stafford with the awareness to go run that down and jump on it just in case it was named.
Are we just naming states?
Just in case.
We bet. I wonder how much they win by. It looked like they were up by 20 at the end.
The Ramathorns, Team Ramrod, Andy. We are Team Ramrod today. They're calling that a sack and a fumble with Stafford recovering it. Stafford, the only guy with an awareness to go land on that ball. I don't know if that's actually
Rhode Island by 24.
Ultimately be the official call.
Pretty sweet. Oh, we have flags. Everything's gone haywire.
Yeah, we don't know. We have no clue how this resolves.
No clue what's happening.
Anything could happen here.
I don't have the sound on. Automatic first down.
Cheffers, come on, Cheffers, give us a little break here. Carl. Give us a break here, Cheffers. Come on, Carl. Holding defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Is Power Trip Quotes still in the chat? Carl. That's when we wanted to draft Carl Anthony Towns. They played that a lot. There was also one of the morning show guys really wanted Hassan Thabit the one year when we had a high draft pick. They made a song.
I forgot about
Miss. He made a song like "We've Got the Beat," but it was something about wanting him. We
want the beat.
Yeah, that was a. Glad that didn't work out.
We want the beat.
The beat. The Timberwolves have not had a good history of drafting players.
Is that
really
right?
Good job by taking Garnett, I guess. Doug West, that was all right. J.R. Ryder, Leitner was a nice draft pick. Just didn't quite work out.
Johnny Flynn. Do you remember who they took Johnny Flynn over?
Yeah. Yes, I do. They took 2 players over Steph that year.
What was the other guy? Was the other one
Flynn and
Rubio?
Yeah, I think it was Ricky Rubio.
2006 NBA draft. Am I right on the year?
Are they giving him this? Did he complete the process of the catch?
I mean, they called it yes on the field, but that doesn't mean much. Which was the Steph Curry's draft year? Was it 04? 05.
I think he completed that. Johnny fucking Flynn. God damn it.
Oh no. What year was Steph drafted? Jesus Christ.
Dan's holding up fingers, I think. Well, no, he's not. Didn't draft Wiggins. No, neither did we draft Joe Smith. He was a number 1 overall pick who played for the Timberwolves. A lot of high picks played for this Timberwolves. Well, guys, it's been real and it's been fun and it's been real fun. That was fucking easy.
That was a good one. We were due for an easy.
To be fair, you wanted Rams plus 2.5, which would be in tremendous shape as well. But this one is a winner already, so that's pretty nice. So
it would be in tremendous shape. Cooper Kupp also win.
2-1 weekend for the halftime guys.
Hey, real quick, Steph
Good job to
Curry.
who joined in.
number 7 overall that year. He went to the Golden State Warriors. Can you name the 6 players who were drafted ahead of him?
Flynn, Rubio.
Yep.
Darko,
Both to the
Darko
Timberwolves.
Milicic.
No,
I'm kidding.
Milicic was Darko was the LeBron year, right? Between LeBron and Carmelo.
Yeah, I just know him as a high pick. OJ Mayo.
No. Oh, good throwbacks though. These are all fun throwbacks.
Michael Olowokandi.
Drew Holiday and Steph Curry were the same year.
The Candyman.
No.
I have no idea, man.
Blake Griffin went number 1 overall.
Oh yeah, fucker.
Number 2 to the Memphis Grizzlies was Tanzania's Hassim Thabit. And then James Harden went 3rd overall to Oklahoma City. Tyreek Evans went number 4 to the Kings.
To be fair, he went to Seattle.
And then, no, this was the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Okay.
You think that was a Seattle team still? No, I think he might have been the Oklahoma City Thunder's first ever draft pick.
I think it was Seattle in the offseason, and then it became Oklahoma City. I have no idea, man. I'm just bullshitting you. I'm going to go to bed. Kwame Brown?
All right, man. Good stuff. Johnny Flynn and Ricky Rubio taking 2 swings at point guard before Steph Curry is really something. And then the fact that later on in the same draft, you had Drew Holiday and Jeff Teague also, who both were at least all-stars once at the point guard position. There were.
I will say my favorite draft pick for the Timberwolves is always, and obviously will be, the big ticket. I feel you. And we were blessed to have Kevin Harlan locally announcing a lot of those games for him, because he would just yell things. I feel you, young fella. He was great. But honestly, J.R. Ryder was my guy when I was young. The East Coast Funk Dunk or whatever? He wasn't that good, but he had that one dunk contest. So J.R. Ryder was always my guy. I was young. We had Pooh Richardson back then, baby. And then a quick note. Yes. The chat has played the Steelers this week.
Ah, okay.
And I wish you luck with that.
Should have kept that a secret. Now it's not a secret anymore.
Yeah, there's not that many people left. So we'll let Dan get to bed.
Okay.
We'll let Andy get home to the missus. We'll let Drew have another. Yep. I'm probably going to have a drink. I'm thirsty.
All right, man. Yep.
See you guys.
Absolutely. See ya.